the series of 14 messages transmitted as a miraculous revelation by Swami, each telling a unique story, and when taken as a whole, reveal how to overcome current-day disunity, find purified wisdom, and the Satya Yuga. Click on the link in the introduction to this video for the 16 videos that tell the unfolding story. Previous posts have focused on each message, suggesting how they relate to the whole. In this post, I will briefly review past messages 1 through 3, and then look more deeply into message 4, that underscores the importance of truth. The beginning messages describe the nature of Parabrahman, manifested as Sai, directing us to a purified wisdom. Message 1 addresses you and me as believers and as embodiments of divinity. The second line of message 1 identifies the speaker-transmitter as Parabrahman. The third line as Dondempai Dempa, an obscure Tibetan Buddhist term meaning the same as Parabrahman, absolute truth. Why are Tibetan Buddhist terms prominent in these messages? For instance, we see here Dondempai Dempa Satya, meaning absolute truth. And in message 2, the term Sotapanna, meaning having attained a certain level of spiritual wisdom. And in this message 4, Amitabha, Buddha of light, a celestial Buddha found in the Mahayana and Vajrayana Buddhist traditions. More later. In message 2, we see Parabrahman identified as Satya Sai Baba. The second message tells us about a yajna with Swami as director for the purification of wisdom. Message 3 identifies the speaker as Anahata Sabda, in the Sikh tradition, the voice of God. In line 4 of message 3, the guidance of the spiritual nature is called Dayavi Prakriti, divine nature, and in the Bhagavad Gita is described as the primal motive force, love.
Radhika Jeevana, Radhika Jeevana, Radhika Jeevana, Radhika Jeevana, Krishna Janardana.
This fourth message brings in the Buddhist element, introducing us to Amitabha, the celestial Buddha of light, and declares that there is no higher law than truth. 2 days prior, Jackie had left this fourth message on my answering machine, and here we meet in my office to see what she remembers about this fourth message. As we hear Jackie speak Sanskrit so fluently, let us remember that she has had no connection to Sanskrit, the teachings, or India. She is receiving this profound teaching as a revelation.
Let me play this for you and see if you can recall anything, okay?
Amitabha Satya Yuga Lokita Yoni Satva Irihiri Sarya Nasi Paro the Harmon Yadiyar Rupam Kami at the Devata Tadat Devata Bhavahati.
I am that. Take note, great believer. I am verily the absolute Brahman, the Buddha of boundless light and the absolute truth. I have seen the female principle, who has purified siddhi, psychic power, There is no higher law, morality, than the truth. Whatever form willed by a divine being, that very form the divine being becomes. It should be noted that the messages say that they are from Parabrahman, Satya Sai Baba, and Amitabha, Buddha of Light. In these messages, these three are considered as one. Amitabh being a celestial Buddha, a prominent figure in these messages. Here, in message 4, we see where Amitabha, Buddha of Light, is mentioned. References to Amitabha, Buddha of Light, gives understanding about its miraculous transmission. In Vajrayana Buddhism, Amitabha is described as transmitting mind messages called termas, discovered in the future by someone called a tirtan. This miraculous transmission of wisdom, this revelation, I strongly consider is the process by which this scripture was transmitted. I'll repeat for emphasis. These are the phenomena described in Vajrayana Buddhism. Amitabha is described as a transmitter of termas, or teachings hidden in the mind of the receiver called a tirtan, to be revealed at a future time to benefit that particular time. The Tibetan word terma literally means treasure and usually refers to Buddhist scriptures retrieved from the distant past through a process of revelation. Tirtan is a term within Tibetan Buddhism, a person who discovers an ancient hidden text or terma that is discovered in the mind of the tirtan. In this fourth message, Amitabha, Buddha of Light, from the Mahayana Buddhist tradition is identified. Why? I think that it's because these messages express a fundamental teaching that transcends all boundaries and are true in all traditions. We see this meaning in the line, "There is no higher law, morality, than the truth." These messages are about this fundamental truth, the understanding by world faith systems that the universe is upheld by truth and dharma. The messages so far describe profound truths about divinity and Sai's oneness with Parabrahman and Amitabha, giving us confidence in their authority and purity. Following messages describe the path to purified wisdom, and starting with message 9, describe the sacrilege that causes current-day upheaval and fear and the split in our Sai organization, and the kind of wisdom that brings peace and the Satya Yuga.
Radhika Jeevana, Radhika Jeevana, Radhika Jeevana, Radhika Jeevana, Krishna Janardana, Krishna Janardana, Krishna Janardana.